dear family, it's your cousin P. Hey man, I'm trying to figure out if I could put something right here. Maybe this child will do me some justice. I'm just trying to stall a little time. Waiting on my son. Dear family, it's your cousin P, man. So black and so beautiful, so brown and so beautiful. I'm representing it to the fullest. It's all patent. I'm a businessman, so you know I had to do that for sure. I got a couple things on my radar that's coming up. Um, One, I'm back in the studio tomorrow at 7 p.m. I'm gonna lace the track with a few things that y'all gonna like. Uh, Secondly, I have a business meeting at 12. I have a business meeting at 12 tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? To get this building. I'm trying to get the storefront, SBSB storefront. I'm gonna have a studio in there, and I'm gonna have the podcast in there. You can't keep it real with everybody because everybody ain't real. I'm gonna get some people in the room right now. So those are the things coming up. I just purchased another box truck, so I'm looking for a driver with some credentials. I'm looking for a driver and also looking for a helper. I'm trying to get this to stand up right. So yeah, that's what Cousin P looking for, man. I'm looking for a driver. I'm looking for a helper at this time, dear family. So you could DM me, and you know, if you're interested in working and not not just half-ass doing anything, because I'm not going to accept nothing other than what I bring to the table. Um, I'm looking to hire a driver and two helpers. A driver and two helpers. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. If y'all looking for, um, a job. Is working 5 days a week. Hours is from uh, 5 to 3 every day. 5 to 3. Uh, the facility is based out of Lathrop, so it's by Tracy Stockton area. You know what I'm saying? So it's dealing with just taking furniture to different stores and dropping the furniture off. That's all you doing. We're gonna get this podcast going shortly. We're gonna get some people in the room, and we're gonna get this podcast going. We're gonna talk about understanding pain and the purpose of pain. There's pain in decision making. There's pain in relationships. There's pain when you hurt yourself. There's all types of things that afflict us and bring pain. But the question is, do we understand the significance of pain and why God permits pain? That's the important. That's the importance that I think that we should know and that we should talk about. While I'm waiting on my son. What's this? Oh, what's that on down my leg? Um, so we're gonna get a few more people in the room, and we're gonna talk about pain. If you want to come on to the channel, you know, come right on. Well, I'm going to go for it with this podcast. You know, I'm only doing 15 to 20 minute podcasts anyhow. Um, so let's talk about it, dear family. Let's see. This podcast is 322, I believe, or two. Titled, What is the Purpose of Pain? What is pain? I want to say this, dear family. And several podcasts always talk about don't run from, run to the problem in order to learn how to solve the problem. God says if you're looking for to be loved, he will send you troubled people. When God sends you a troubled person, you become the critical thinker to bring peace to the situation, to bring a calmness to something that's troubled. Do you actually know what you're doing when you do that? You actually becoming what God intends for you to be, and that is a peacemaker. A problem solver. In order for God to say that I am the master of all things, that means that he had to go through the trial and the tribulation to become the master of it, to declare whether or not he is who he say he is. This is why we could never say who we are. A set of circumstances and problems that we go through in life is going to determine who we are as a people or as a person. So, what is the purpose of pain? Pain is a affliction to the mind and to the body. But what is the purpose of pain? Why do God use pain to grow us and what he intends for us to be? Pain represents development. Pain represents understanding. Pain also brings change, and pain afflicts you to make you aware of something. So many of us suffer from headaches. You say, I got a headache. It's pain. Did you know that the body is so beautiful and magnificent that when God created us, see, God didn't make us, God created us. I will get into that, the difference between making and creating later. But when he created us, he put our alarm system inside of us that alarms us when there's something malfunctioning or inside of our bodies, something that is not functioning on all cylinder. The body alarms us through pain. You know, I got a headache in my eye. They call that tension. You stressing. Too much of anything is no good. So when you have so much anxiety going on, when you have so much of 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 unbalanced behavior, unbalanced in chemical balances going on, the body alarms you with a headache, and pain tends to slow you down. You know what I'm saying? So you got a headache in your eye, or you have a migraine. The body also alarms you with pain that something is going on with you. You may have an ache here, ache there, pain alarming you. It's sort of like driving in the car and your red light comes on in the car, and that red light is alarming you that you may need an oil change, that something is going wrong that you have to fix immediately before you blow the engine. Well, that's the same thing with the body, dear family. When you have a headache, pain, it alarms you that you're doing too much or something is wrong, and you start to check yourself. Oh, it's my chest, it's my stomach, it's my leg. Well, you have to go get a diagnostic check. So you end up saying, I have to go to the doctor to figure out where is this pain coming from, because the body had alarmed you already. So that's pain is a beautiful thing to have. God created us with that trigger to alarm us to fix something. That's one thing about pain. We're going to get to the purpose of pain in a minute. When one outgrows one, it's painful to our souls. When you look at the situation, and the situation represents evidence, you look at the evidence of a situation and you see if the pros outweigh the cons. Is it in our best interest to stay in such a situation that's causing us pain, that's causing us and you begin to evaluate the situation, and then you make a decision. And sometimes the decision that you make may be painful, but it's in the best interest of your sanity. You got to understand what pain is for, man. Pain maneuvers you in a way where it grows you, because it determines what's bad for you and what's good for you. See, when you working out, you working out and it's painful. You feel your muscles tighten up. You feel weak the next day. Everything is sore. You feel the pain. But that pain represents growth. Dear family, is my point. The pain, the trial of life, the errors in life, the hard work in life, the decisions in life all bring pain. And if we don't understand the deepness and the greater understand purpose of pain, you're going to always try to run from it. You have to stop running from pain and run to it, because pain gives you a wisdom that you don't understand. It opens your eyes to certain things that you didn't see before. So we didn't understand what that man was doing to us, because we was emotionally connected, that blinded us, and all that pain that we inherited and went through. When we had opportunity to get time to ourselves or go through the trial and tribulation of pain, you seen all that what was being done to you was not in your best interest. But pain brought you a wisdom to say, I'll never go through that again. You see the purpose of pain that I'm describing, dear family? So we have to start embracing difficulties, because this is why scriptures say after difficulties come ease. You want everything easy. You want everything handed to you on a silver platter. Well, we do that to some of our children. We like to give our children things we didn't have, when we should give our children the knowledge that we didn't have. Monetary versus knowledge. And sometimes we as parents have to discipline our children. Sometimes verbally, that is painful. Sometimes physically, that's an ass whooping. Sometimes the children get it, sometimes they don't. But the agony that they brought, or the dissatisfaction that they brought for us to reprimand them in such a manner, is painful. And through the pain, we hoping they get the message to not do that. You have to do better. It's sort of like touching the fire. Don't touch that fire. They keep touching, they burn their ass. So us delivering a chastisement to our teacher, to our parent, to our children, mentally or physically, it's really we trying to teach them something. But they keep hitting their head, and sometimes we have to spare that rod. So understanding the purpose of pain. A lot of people go through anxiety. A lot of people run and hide behind things opposed to challenging themselves to be great, or challenging themselves to be better than what they were yesterday. Anytime something comes your way that makes you uneasy, you crawl in your cubbyhole. You go backwards instead of forward. And this is why you never receive what you're intended to receive in this life until you challenge yourself to be greater along your journey in this life. If you're running from the trial and tribulation, if you're running from things that affect you in a way where you show no progress, and everything in life is a process. God is not going to give you what you desire in this world until you master certain things that has to be done, dear family. So understanding the purpose of pain. Pain gives you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Pain gives you growth. Pain gives you an opportunity. Because when a man, how does pain give you an opportunity? Well, you will find out that your significant other wasn't being truthful to you, and it brings pain. And then you have to make a decision whether or not you want to extend this relationship or cut the relationship off. It gave you information. Now it's up to you to make a decision. You see what pain does? When you get in that gym once again and you grinding, all that pain, and I don't feel like it, I don't want to. But the end results, after pain come gain. Everything in life is a process. And dear family, you have to understand that. Don't jump into nothing and think that it's not going to be a trial and error that comes with it. Don't jump into nothing and think it ain't going to be no pain and suffering. Even when I do this podcast that I do, my mind is constantly moving. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches that it's 24 billion cells in the brain alone. And I'm working, and I'm thinking, and I'm trying to articulate myself in deep thought. And through that clashes of cells is pain, but out comes what I'm saying to you. My father used to say, pain is a weakness leaving the body. I'm going to say that again, dear family. After he said that pain is a weakness leaving the body, because when you're working out, you're so much in pain, but as the more you work out, the more easier it gets. It's a weakness leaving the body. When somebody have wronged you and you decided to cut that cancer off over a period of time, it's a weakness. The pain is a weakness leaving the body. Them individuals are no longer able to afflict you or affect you in the manner in which they did. So understand what the purpose of pain is and why God permits that for us. I've been, going through some things in terms of building economics for myself and my family, building businesses, structuring businesses. And it comes with stress, pain, and agony. Because everything's a process, dear family. And I'm embracing it because I know that whatever I put in is what I'm eventually going to get out. And this is why it teaches us faith is dead without works. You always say, I'm going to put it in God's hand. What you putting it in God's hands for when you got hands? God gave you hands to put it in your hands. He gave you a mind to think. He gave you eyes to see, legs to get to the destination, and hands to go to work and till the ground. And this is why the scripture also reveals that I don't think y'all read a lot. He said, I never change the condition of a people or a person until they change it themselves. See, we pray to God for the energy, for the wisdom and the knowledge. And then we have to put in the work to bring about what we want. You hoping and wishing you get sick with an illness and you like, God, please help me. Listen, dear family, you got to, you so spiritually, you so spooked up as God being a ghost. You so spooked up with there's mountains and rivers outside of the contraption of the planet Earth that you forgetting about the reality of life and we living in it. So when you get sick, that means that science is real. You can't go swallow poison and then tell God, please help me. That chemical is going to destroy some things. You need a heart in order for this body to operate. You need a lung. You need all these organs that has purposeful meanings. And so when you destroy your organs with bad foods, bad drinking, smoking all year long, eating poison all year long, eating all this beef and chicken with cancerous all year long, and then tell God to save me. I'm going to put it in God's hand. Now, It's something that's called fasting. It's something that's called eat better. It's something that's called get away from that which is causing the pain, which is causing the problem. And then there's going to be a struggle mentally to get away from your habits, because you always want some sugar. You always want some weed. You always want some drink. You always want something that your habit is calling for. And that's going to be a painful process, dear family. That's why I said pain has a purpose, yet brings a greatness out of you. Because you're going to have to make a decision and decide, do I want to save my life or lose my life through the process that I have to go through, which is going to be painful because, oh, I want them cookies. Oh, I want the potato chips. Oh, I want that steak. Oh, I want that fried chicken. Oh, I want that bread. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I want that mayonnaise, that mustard with the soy and wheat combined to create cancer in the woman and man. You don't even know we at war, dear family, but you consuming all this stuff and you like it and it tastes so good. And it's going to be very painful to you to overcome it. So understanding the purpose of pain and why God uses pain to change life, develop life, to build character, and make the best decisions. And this is why it says you have to go through to get to. Everything in life is a process, dear family. And anything that I'm telling you, I have bear witnessed. Pain is a weakness leaving the body. So when you master it, you're going to say, let me go on and get it over with. Because you know it's going to be some agony and going through it. You know it's going to be some pain going through it. But if you learn the beauty of pain, you ain't going to run from it. You're going to run to it and say, come on, let me go on and get it over with. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get it over with. You know what I'm saying? And that's very important for each one of our lives to understand that when things don't go our way, you don't never give up, man. When things don't go our way, dear family, don't say fuck it. When somebody tells you no, don't say, man, I'm done with this. No to me mean I just got to figure out another way to go about it. That's what no mean to me. I don't never take no for an answer because my objective is to win. You got to have that type of mentality where when one tells you no, that just means that I got to go about it a different way. That's all. You know, when you want to work out, start light. Start light. It's going to bring some pain, but not as much pain. But you're going to build up endurance. You're going to build up muscle. Just know that everything is a process, and just know that pain is coming. Anything you do, pain is coming. But the pain is called growing pains and learning pains. We're going to go through some growing pains and some learning pains. Well, damn, I should have been left him. He wasn't no good for me anyway. You're going to say that. You're going to say, damn, I should have been thought of that instead of giving up. A learning experience. It was painful because you lost so much doing it. You lost so much time and energy with a man or a woman because you were so emotionally attached to it that you didn't see what it was doing to you mentally. I want to say this too, dear family. I'm going to close because I'm not going to be doing these podcasts too much longer. I mean, you know, I'm only doing 15-minute podcasts. Dear family, when you understand pain is a purpose, God is never going to give you something more in your life God is never going to give you something more than your life than what you already have, because you haven't mastered yourself yet. If all you do is smoke, drink, fuck, go home, work, come home, smoke, drink, fuck, that becomes a part of your life, and you don't want to go through the pain of learning something new, doing something different, because what what you've been doing so long. It's a habit, and habits are hard to break. So in this process of growing and maturing, don't you know that when you grow and mature, those around you start to see a light about you? But if you can doing the same thing, anything stays the same, eventually dies. Your bank account gonna stay the same. Your condition is gonna stay the same. Your understanding is gonna stay the same. So when people say take me as I am, it's only because they don't have no other knowledge to bring them into a different wisdom to make them different. So they say fuck it, this is how it's gonna be. I don't give a fuck. When you don't give a fuck about something, it's because you don't know much. You have reached the ceiling on what you know. This is why people that say take me as I am, why would I take that? You ain't even been to the moon yet. You ain't got no knowledge to get to the moon. You ain't been to see the pyramids that give you a different wisdom, a different experience, what will give you a greater understanding, and you will move differently. So some of us just hate the process of pain, period. And you comfortable staying in your apartment, paying your rent, driving your car, smoking your weed, and doing everything we did 10 and 20 damn years ago. Man, I wish I would be doing the same bullshit that I was doing 10, 12 years ago. Man, listen, that's what dead look like. If you want to know if Jesus coming to resurrect the dead, he's talking about the mental dead, because the earth the earth weighs 6 sextillion tons, followed by 21 ciphers, 196,940,000 square miles on the planet Earth, 57,255,000 is land, and 139,685,000 square miles is water. People been dead for millions. 5,000 years ago, it was 7 billion people. 5,000 years that was set. Where you think them people gonna sit at? Jesus is coming back to resurrect the mental dead. But what is the meaning of him coming back? The process of pain that you really don't understand. And cousin Pete giving it to you. You the God, dear family. My point is, quit putting everything in everybody else's hand. I'm gonna put it in God's hand. God don't change the condition of a people or a person until they change it themselves. Did you know that the white man came out of the black man, out of the caves of Europe? Did you know that the white man was grafted out of the black man and black woman? I'm gonna do a wisdom knowledge that you have no idea. Did you know Jesus was only raised to teach them, but they killed Jesus in that time? So when I give you this wisdom on you talking about put it in God's hand, they didn't put a damn thing in God's hand. They went to work to produce what Moses had taught them. Moses taught the white man 33 and 1/3 frozen knowledge. This is why you get Masons from, meaning Muslim son. This is why they were taught technology as well, and they mastered it. And so they never put things in God's hand. They went to work to produce that what they want, and they was prophesied to rule for a certain period of time. And you see the destruction, and you see. So when you look at the planet, right there, family, this is wisdom I'm giving you now. When you look at the condition of our planet, there's a mind that's controlling the planet. If you come to my house, you take off your shoes before you even enter my door. That's the structural mindset that I have. My house is clean. We get up every morning and we conduct ourselves civilized in my house. Well, if you're looking at this planet so if you come in my house, you're going to have to grab on the likes and the wants and the mind of cousin P in order to stay in my house, or you got to get the hell out of my house, because wherever there's law, there's structure and there's discipline, and people are looking to be civil. When you're uncivilized, because there's no structure, there's no discipline, there's no law in place. So when you look at our planet, there's a man controlling the condition of the people, the condition of this house. And that's his mindset: murder, theft, kill, robbery, poison, disease, hepatitis, AIDS, monkeypox, all this bull crap. There's a mind controlling this madness. So you want to determine who's the devil and who is God? Look at the mindset that controls and governs the house. And my point is, they not putting it in the God hand. They doing just as the hell they please, controlling our planet with nothing but the destruction. They killed the Indians. They enslaved the black people. They destroyed the pyramids. They changed your name, your heritage, your culture, your religion. They gave us pork. They changed it all up for us. And you still waiting on somebody to come out of the heaven when we the gods. They controlled it because they came out of the caves of Europe. Did you know that the monkey was grafted out of the white man? But they said, oh, the monkey and the gorilla came from the black man when we originated them. Did you know that the white man is the last man on our planet? See, this is why it's called racist. I'll give you that wisdom at another time. However, you have to go through to get through, and everything in life is a process. Pain brings wisdom. Pain brings knowledge. Because when you have a headache, the body alarms you that something's not right. You might be thinking too much. You got to balance it out. Because anything that's not balanced is tend to spiral out of control. That's why I say, to be successful, you have to have balance. Now, the body alarms you. The headache alarms the body that something is going wrong. It feeds information. And then you say, damn, I got to go to the doctor. Then you find out you got clogged arteries. See how that body, that pain gave you information to find out that you had clogged arteries? You see how God worked through pain? So don't run from the pain, run to the pain. When you're dissatisfied about not having money, when you're dissatisfied about anything in life, you have to become what God intended for us to be. And what is that? So a man thinketh, so is he, meaning a critical thinker. How can I get some money? What can I do? And you start to thinking, and you willing yourself to bring about what you have in your head. You want to bring it into existence. That's the purpose, dear family, of pain. Go back and rewind this podcast. I said so many other things. The purpose of pain, but pain is a weakness leaving the body. Understand that. Dear family, I'm going to close with this. If you're hurting about anything, quit sitting around accepting the pain. Do something about it. If you're hurting in a relationship, reach out. Ask questions. What can be done to make it better? But sometimes pain gives you information that it's in your best interest to leave the situation. That's up for you to decide, not Cousin P. I'm just giving you the information. With that said, dear family, I'm back in the studio tomorrow night at 7 p.m. I'm not gonna say, I'm going to get it. Me and my cousin, we starting the podcast. You can't keep it real with everybody because everybody ain't real. So we going to look at a building in the morning. We talk to the man. Hopefully we get the building. No, we ain't gonna hope for nothing. We either gonna get the building because it make mathematical business sense, or we not gonna get the building. We ain't hoping for nothing. We already know what we want. We go with our minds. We go in there. We talk business. If the numbers don't make that sense, then we step away from the business deal. That's all it is. We ain't hoping and wishing for nothing. We will ourselves to success. And that's what it's about. Willing ourselves to success, man. And let me tell you something, dear family. Woman, I want to talk to that woman, that independent woman. You could never be a great woman without a great man. And let me talk to that independent brother. You could never be a great man without a great woman. It represents balance. So I'm telling you, if you're doing things on your own, get you a confidant, get you a friend that share the same like-minded ideas that will help you and assist you on your journey. But your spirit has to be good enough to humble yourself to accept constructive criticism if you want to grow, if you want to learn something. That pain again I'm talking about. Because sometimes you could tell people about themselves, and it's called constructive criticism. Construct is to build and to make better. Critiquing is just pointing out something. But those who want to critique and criticize, make sure you qualified, because you may not be qualified. So sit your ass down somewhere, and those that is qualified, meaning those that are willing to accept what they dish, or those that have something going on that could give some better information to make the individual better. But sometimes where constructive criticism is given, people like to shut down and then say you done something to them, and man, shut up. If somebody is pointing out something in you, you look at it and you determine whether or not it's true or not. Because sometimes when somebody is pointing out something to you, something that you don't know about yourself or you don't see, you know what I'm saying? And this is why you have to have a support system in place to identify weakness or identify something that could make you better. So sometimes you got to accept one of your family members that you know got love for you, tell you, man, you ain't shit. What you mean I ain't shit? Man, the way you going about, you know what I'm saying, you selfish, you self-centered, this and that. Let them tell you about yourself. This is going on, that's going on, and then you evaluate it and you look at it. Don't go, reverse psychology. You ain't this, I ain't fooling with you, this and that. That's what all people do. Get away from that and run to the pain. Don't run from the pain. It's your cousin P. Go check out that Fall of America album on all streaming platforms. Go get that So Black and So Beautiful album on all streaming platforms. You can't keep it real with everybody because everybody ain't real. Podcast is coming to all airways, Apple TV very soon, starring House the Boss and Cousin P. I'm still going to do my So Black and So Beautiful podcast, and I want to tell y'all, every Sunday I have decided I'm going to always upload information on all my social media platforms that teach you about different foods and what they could do for your body. I'm jumping into that avenue. Every Sunday, you're going to get some type of wisdom on my page. So every Sunday, look forward to what helps with high blood pressure, what get rid of high blood pressure, what is high blood pressure, what causes, I teach about hysterectomies. I teach about all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just put the information on my page so you can study yourself to show self-approval. Then you can say my brother, Cousin P, gave me what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave him. All right? What else I got to tell you? Go shop at SoBlackandSoBeautiful.com and get you some SBSB. So Black and So Beautiful, So Brown and So Beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Represent yourself. I got new apparel coming. I'm going to the Magic Show next month. I'm getting all new apparel. If you can, invest in land, invest in land, invest in land. Start to grow your own food right now. I got 4 plant boxes that I need to restart, that I'm going to start growing my food. But I bought me land in Atlanta, and I'm going to Vegas to this company that build boxable homes. And I'm leaving in a couple more days. I'm going to get me 2 of them for my land. Invest in land. Don't invest. Well, I'm gonna let you go through the process, but I advise you to invest in land. It's very important to invest in land instead of property. I own property. This shit is a scam. Um, I'm telling you, invest in land and own your shit outright. All right, that's the best wisdom I could give you. With that said, man, I love y'all for listening. Share my podcast. Share my podcast on your page. So when I get off of this, I should see share about 36 times because it was 36 people listening to me tonight. I salute y'all. It's your cousin, Cousin Pete. Peace.